Hello everybody, I'm Charlie, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make my triple bacon cheeseburger. I'm just joking, but today I'm going to show you how to make my triple bacon cheeseburger. And as you can see, this burger is extremely big. It's about, it's tall. It's about a half a foot tall. It's very big. I'm going to kind of zoom in and show you how it looks. Yes, it's a tower, it's a skyscraper. But today I'm going to be showing you how to make this huge, delicious burger. Oh my goodness. So, without further ado, let's get started, shall we? Okay, this is all what you're going to need to make your triple bacon cheeseburger, and we're going to get started with our ingredients. Here I have one 21-ounce pack of fresh ground beef. Now if you want to make more burgers, you can use the 32-ounce pack, which is slightly larger than this one. But since I'm only making one burger, we're only going to need to use the 21-ounce pack for this recipe. Okay, and along with that, you're going to need some bacon. And to season your ground beef, you're going to need one onion, one yellow onion, and along with that you're going to need seasoning. Now here's an example of some seasonings that I'm going to be using in this recipe. Here I have some salt, pepper, Tony Chachere's Creole seasoning, seasonal, and Chef Paul Prudhomme's Poetry Magic. Now if you do have a favorite type of seasoning, like a seasoning blend for this recipe, you can use that. Okay? And to dress our cheeseburger, you're going to need some cheese, and along with that you're going to need some fresh romaine lettuce, a fresh tomato, and pickle. Now as you can see, the pickle is not here because I don't use pickles in my hamburgers. I don't like pickles in my hamburgers, but it is optional. You can use pickles on your hamburger to dress it for this recipe if you want to. Okay, and also with that you're going to need some mayonnaise, some mustard, and some ketchup. Now I might omit the yellow mustard in my hamburger. I don't really care for yellow mustard in my hamburger, so I might just go ahead and omit this, but it is optional for you to use this. Okay, and finally you're going to need some hamburger buns. Now this is you can use this, or if you have your favorite type of hamburger bun that you want to use, you can use that. And along with that we're going to need some butter, and the reason why we're going to need butter is because we're going to toast our buns. Okay, and there you have it. Okay, now it's time to chop up our seasonings and prepare our vegetables that's going to go on to our burger. So here I have quite of a large onion, but if you can find one smaller, you can use that. But if you are going to use something like this, you're only going to need half. So we're going to go ahead and chop that in half. And we're just going to chop this until it's nice and minced. Okay, now that I have my onion nice and chopped up, now you see that? That's my work. I chopped that with the knife, and I didn't use no food processor for this, and I just chopped it up. So now that we have our seasoning chopped up, now we're going to go ahead and start cutting our vegetables like our lettuce and tomato. So here I have some fresh romaine lettuce, and what we're going to do is, okay, first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and rinse our lettuce off, because we don't want any dirt or critters or anything like that inside our lettuce. So we're going to rinse that off. Okay, and next what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and cut this, because we won't be using a whole thing of lettuce in this recipe. So we're going to go ahead and cut it in half, like that. And there we have it. Okay, now that we have that washed and cut, now what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and prepare our tomato. So before we begin cutting it, we're going to wash the tomato thoroughly. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and cut our tomato. Now first we're going to start off by cutting it down the center. Like that. And you could cut it to whatever thickness that you want it to be. Okay, so I like mine in between a little bit thick and a little bit thin, so I'll start right here. And that's how it's going to look, just like that. I cut about 4 slices just to be on the safe side. Okay, now that we have our lettuce, our tomato, and our onion prepped up, now we're going to go ahead and prepare our ground beef for our cheeseburger. Okay, and when you're done, make sure you refrigerate all your ingredients. Okay, before we begin, we're going to go ahead and put on some gloves just to be on the safe side, you know, because you're dealing with ground beef and other things, so I'm going to make sure we wear some gloves. Okay, so in a medium-sized bowl, we'll go ahead and add our ground beef. Now, as you can see, it's patties, but I'm separating it from the patties. Go ahead and add that in there. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to kind of mix this in a little bit. Ooh, I'm getting my hands dirty. Woo! Okay, now that we have that mixed in, now next thing we're going to do is we're going to add our onion right on in there. Alright, and you can save, put this on the side and save for when you put your topping on your burger. And now what we're going to do is we're just going to mix this in. Okay, now that we have that onion mixed in there, now we're going to go ahead and add some seasoning. So, like I said, if you have a favorite type of seasoning blend or anything that you want to use, you can use that. But me, I'm about to add my own little seasoning blend in here. Okay? Which is going to consist of a little bit of salt. Add a little salt in there. I'm going to add a little bit of Tony Chachere's Creole seasoning in there. A little bit of garlic powder. And some Chef Paul Prudhomme's Poultry Magic. Go ahead and add that in there. Ooh. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and mix this seasoning in. Make sure you get that seasoning mixed in there real well. Alright. Okay, and now it's time for my secret ingredient. So I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of my secret ingredient in here. Now, I can't tell you what my secret ingredient is. But no, it's not soda. No, it's not soda. It's not cold drink or anything like that. But let's just say that it's going to give my burger an extraordinary flavor. So like I said, if you have any type of marinade or anything you want to add in here, just add it in there, you know. Give it some flavor, you know. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to mix this in. Like I said, I just added a little bit of my secret ingredient in here. It's going to give this ground beef a nice flavor. It's going to give it more flavor, to be honest. Alright, now that we have that nice and mixed in, next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put a lid over this. And then we're going to let it sit in the refrigerator for a few hours. Hey guys, now that we've been letting our ground beef sit in the refrigerator for a few hours, it was marinating, now it's time to take it out. So let's get to it. Okay, here I have my ground beef after I let it marinate in the refrigerator for a few hours. So what we're going to do is, as you can see, I have my bottom of my kitchen table lined with plastic wrap. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take that this ground beef and just add it right on top. And what we want to do is we want to just smash it down a little bit to our desired thickness of our burger. Okay, now that we have that nice and patted down, now we're going to go ahead and cut it out into the shape of a hamburger patty. Now, here I have a bottom of a crunchy crock bowl that I'm going to use. And we want to make sure that it's a nice size and make sure it's about a few percent bigger than an actual hamburger bun. And the reason why is because when your ground meat cooks, it will shrink. So you want to make sure it's a nice size so that way when it shrinks to the right size where it can fit on your burger, on your hamburger bun, and that'll be it. So we're going to go ahead and get started with that. And thickness is about close to about a ½ inch. So we're going to go ahead and cut around like that. Okay, now that we cut that all around, we're going to go ahead and remove the siding from off the burger. Okay, so now we have our first one already cut open and ready to go. Now since we're making a triple cheeseburger, we're going to need 3, so we need 2 more out of this here. So we're going to go ahead and make the second one. Okay, now we have our third one. Now what we did was, since we had a little bit of ground beef left, what we did was we just took it, put it in a bowl, smashed it down, and we just aligned it along the sides of the crunchy crock bowl, this bowl here, and that's how we have a shaped patty. Okay, here I have our 3 patties, and yes, they are pretty big, but like I said, they will shrink when they cook. Okay, all that grease and all that is going to come out of this. So yeah, that's why I tell you, you got to make them a nice size, because once they shrink, if you make them too small, they're going to shrink and they're not going to fit on your burger perfectly. Okay, so last thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and prep up our bacon over here. Okay, so for this recipe you're going to need about 5 strips of bacon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 3 per layer of burger. Okay, so we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and cut this in half. Okay, going to preheat your fire to not a medium high, but medium low heat. Okay, so in a large saucepan we're going to go ahead and add our one of our patties right on in there. Okay, add it carefully. And as you can see, it's not really sizzling or anything like that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cover this, because I want to make sure that this is slow cooked until it's nice and juicy. Okay, now there's numerous of different ways that you can cook a hamburger. You can cook it on medium high heat if you want to. It doesn't really matter. You can even bake this if you like. Okay, but me, I'm doing the cover and slow cook process. Okay, we've been letting our burger slow cook for a few minutes, and as you can see, look how small it's gotten. Look at that. And I'm going to show you the patties that we have over here. That's big and that's small. Look how small that is. See how it shrunk? And we'll go ahead and flip that over, and we're just going to let that cook down. Now this is the size that it's going to be. Okay, this is the size right here. Okay, we're going to let that cook down for a few minutes on medium low heat. Please turn your fire on medium low heat. Okay, and now that we have that going, here I have my bacon in some 2 frying pans here. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and turn this on medium low heat. Ooh, that was, almost blew myself up on that one. We're going to turn it on medium low heat, and we're going to cover that, and we're going to cover the one in the back too. Like I said, we don't want to overcook this. Okay, we want it on medium low heat so we can cook it down on a slow cook type of temperature. I don't want my bacon to come out crispy. Now if you want it to come out crispy, then you could put it on medium high heat and overcook your bacon, and it'll burn and etc. Okay, so I don't want my bacon like that. Okay, so we're going to let that cook down for a few minutes. Okay, we've been letting our burger cook down for a few minutes. And go ahead and flip it again. And as you can see, it's still pretty undone. So you want to cook your burger for a few minutes, about 10 to 15 minutes, okay? Alright, we're going to go ahead and push that on the side because I'm going to make some room. And go ahead and add our second patty in. Add it in there carefully. And we're going to cover that. I'm going to let that simmer for a few minutes. Okay, now that we're finished, our hamburger is done after we cooked it for about 10 minutes. And what we're going to do is we're going to set this on to some paper napkins here. We're just going to set that on there and let some of the grease drain. Okay? As you can see, we got our second one in here cooking. And let that cook for a few more minutes. Okay, now that we have our bacon still cooking over here, we're going to go ahead and flip this over. You might want to be careful because this is thin strip bacon. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and put the top back on that. We're going to let it cook down for a few minutes. Okay, our bacon is now done. As you can see, it's not burnt at all. It's a nice brown color. Perfect. So now that we finished that, we're going to go ahead and add it onto some a plate with some napkins on it. We'll go ahead and add that right on top. And there you have it. There's your bacon. Okay, we're on our last patty here, guys. Last one. We have our bacon done. The only thing we got to do is finish our patties. And here are the first two here, so to show you. Gonna let that cook for a few minutes, and we'll be back when it's done. Okay, we're now finished cooking all of our patties. We'll go ahead and add that right on here. And there we have it. Now, on to the next step. Okay, I have our 3 patties, hamburger patties, cooked, and our bacon cooked. Now we're going to go ahead and toast our bun. Okay, now it's time to toast our hamburger bun. So what we're going to do is in a large saucepan, we're going to go ahead and add some butter. Okay, smear that around in there. We're going to go ahead and add our bun in there. Make sure your fire is on medium high, in between medium high and medium low heat. Make sure that butter gets soaked all up. I'm going to let it sit for about a minute. Okay, it's been about a few minutes now, and we're going to go ahead and show you how it looks. And there you have it, nice and toasted. So what we're going to do is we're going to put that on the side. Add a little bit more butter in. Make sure that's nice and melted. And we're going to go ahead and add our second one in. And we'll be back when that one gets done. Okay, it's been about a minute, so I'm going to go ahead and show you how it looks. And there you have it, nice and toasted. Now we're going to go ahead and add that along with the other one right here. Now that we got that finished, now it's time to go ahead and make our burger now. Now it's time to dress our burger. Oh yes, yes, yes. Okay, we're going to get started with dressing our burger, preparing it. So we have a bottom portion here. And what we're going to do is, okay, we're going to add our first patty on. And to that, we're going to add some bacon. And we're going to add some cheese right on top, just like that. Go ahead and add our second one. Go ahead and add our bacon. Okay, we're going to go ahead and add our cheese. Okay, we're going to go ahead and add our last hamburger patty on top of that. Add our last little bit of bacon. We're going to go ahead and add our cheese on top. There you go. Okay, now that we have that nice and melted, we're going to go ahead and add our lettuce on top. And our tomatoes we chopped earlier. Go ahead and add 2 of those up there. Okay, and I have my hamburger bun toasted with a little bit of mayonnaise and some ketchup. I don't want no mustard on there. We're just going to put that right on top. And there you have it. Triple bacon cheeseburger. Oh. I guess it's time to eat now. As you can see, I got some french fries. I baked my french fries and everything. That's good. I bet y'all probably wondering, man, when this dude gonna eat the burger? Y'all really think y'all really want to see me eat this? Really? Let me think just for 1 second. Alright, let's do it. Alright, y'all. Here goes nothing. Pretty good. Oh my God. I was only able to get half of the sandwich. But it's good. I can taste the ground beef, the bacon. Very wet. But here you have it. Triple bacon cheeseburger. See y'all later. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like up, subscribe to my channel so you can enjoy all of my delicious recipes cooked right here in my kitchen. If you have any questions or comments, please post them, or you can email me at charliethecookandrews@gmail.com. Until then, take care, and I hope you have a blessed day.